Hey, this is Matt again for Programming Advanced Tutorial number 3. And I'm having to record this tutorial twice, so I'm not sure if there's going to be some differences in our games, but I'll try my best to answer any questions if you have them. So, in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to make your room much larger room, or your level or whatever, with by using a view. So basically right now we have a small room with some walls in it, and our room used to be about this size, and I want to make it this size and still have the player look through the view. So if I run our room right now that it's bigger, we have everything's like distorted, it's really small, it's kind of hard to see your character and such, but I know how to fix that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into our room, and oh wait, if you go under settings you can change the how big the room is. I set it to 2000 by 2000. So the first thing we're going to do to make it so we can see just what we want to see is we're going to go into Views, click Enable Use of Views, click Visible when Room Starts, and right now the view is set to 640 by 480 pixels, which you can see this little white line here. That's about that. That is exactly that size right there, which is what we want. So we want the view to follow object player. And this is not set already on yours, so just set both these to 250 right here and set both these to 12. This is the speed at which it follows the player, and this is how close you have to be to the edge of the view for it to follow you. So now, if I run our room, you can see we're back to our normal area here, and we're back to a normal view size, and if we move here down and up, the view follows our player. Now there are a few bugs we still need to work out. The first bug being, if you notice, the health bar and the score do not move with the view, so we need to fix that. So let's do that right now. We're going to go into Draw Value Scroll, fix this one first. And basically what we want to do is, instead of drawing it at 0, 0 of the room, we want to draw it at 0, 0 of the view. So we're going to write view underscore x view, and then in brackets we're going to put 0 because we're using view number 0, and that's basically like 0 of the view. So that's just a little piece of code you can write there, and then we can write view underscore y view, and then put 0 in there too. So now it will draw in the upper left corner of the view. So that will work now. Now the health bar is a little bit more complicated since we have these numbers here, not just 0. So I'm going to type my view underscore x view, and then 0, and then I want to add 200, so I'll put plus 200. Now I'm just going to copy this x view thing so we don't have to type it again down here at x2. I'm just going to paste that and plus 400. Now at y2, we just need view underscore y view since it's just 0. And for this one, I'll copy this and paste it here. View underscore y view, and we want to add 32. I think that's what it was. And oops, I messed up. This is supposed to be close bracket, not open bracket again. Okay, so now let's go and test our view code. See if our score and health bar stay in the same place this time. So now if we come out of our spawn, go around here, you can see that the health bar and the score always stay at the same place. And that is very good. Now you're probably thinking, well, when you shoot, you hear that sound, right? Or you're probably thinking, how do you add that? Well, that was something I added on the first time I did the tutorial, and I'm going to show you again now, because I forgot to save the tutorial the first time. So, let's do this. We're going to go open up our internet browser, and we're going to go into Google, find sounds, and we're going to go find sounds, first one comes, and we're going to search for laser. And this is a great website for awesome sounds that you can get for completely free. And I forget which one I picked, but I just picked one of these lasers. Might have been like this one. Not that one, maybe this one. Well, I'm not sure exactly what laser I picked for my tutorial, but you can pick any one of these lasers you want. And let's say I want this one. I'm going to right click on it, save target as, and then I'm going to save it to my desktop. Save. And then I'm going to click this create a sound button, and then I'm going to click load sound, and then I'm going to go down my desktop here until I find the sound I saved right here. And then I'm going to actually call this laser 2 because I already have a laser sound, but you're going to want to call it laser. And then the sound is now in your game. So if you go under player, and then when you press space, you're going to want to go to main tab number 1, drag out the play sound block, and then drag out the play sound block, and you're going to want to choose your sound laser. So I'm going to switch it to the new laser sound I just got, and we're going to test that. So now our character is obviously shooting lasers. Okay, so this is great. Our game's looking pretty good. Oh, and the one other thing that I haven't showed you how to do yet is you have noticed that the AIs, the enemies have the ability to go through passages that are like 1 block long, and I had to actually change something to have them be able to do that because otherwise they won't fit. So I'll show you what I changed. So I went under sprites into enemy, I clicked on modify mask, I zoomed in, and you can see here that it was normally like this. The entire thing was a collision mask, so what registers is a collision with the wall. But I went to manual, and then I took set it to disk, and I just kind of dragged a rough circle on the inside, and then I changed these numbers manually to make it look more precise the way I want it to. And you can see here eventually I worked it, and I just kind of tried to put a good circle in the center of it. That looks pretty good right there. You just want to have like a little ring on the outside so that they can go through those really narrow passages without worrying about it. And the other thing is under drawer we can change the depth, which is like the order, the depth at which an object is drawn, basically. And so I'm gonna set that to like -999. Oops, not -0, whatever. I want negative, just like a negative a lot, because the drawer is equal to the health bar and the score, and you always want that in front, so that's negative depth right there. So you just set that to a large negative number, and you'll be all set. So let's try our game now. So now if we come out here, and our enemies, oops. Well, if I can lure this enemy, see if he can go through this narrow passage here. And that is also, for that collision mask thing, that is also something you're going to want to do for the player to make it a lot easier for the player to move around if they're not very good with the arrow keys. Because that'll be a good idea. So this tutorial is just about being able to make your rooms a lot bigger, make your rooms more complex, add some more things. And the next tutorial is going to be adding an entire new type of enemies. These I call these enemies like seeker enemies because they just kind of follow you and they don't do much exciting. But next time we're going to do a shooting enemy, so that's going to be a little bit more interesting. So it can add a little bit of challenge to the game. So So yeah, subscribe, add to your favorites, and stay tuned for our next tutorial. So have fun with GameMaker.